something, but hearing it from somebody else make it probably hit a little different.
Do you think somehow me going to talk to him about something is going to be a wake-up call?
For a long time, LaTisha Scott kept quiet. She let the internet talk. She let the rumors breathe. She let people paint her as the calm wife who never speaks up, the one who smiles through chaos and keeps her business off social media. But baby, that quiet? That wasn't weakness. That was strategy. Because when Tisha finally decided to speak, she made it clear she's done protecting the wrong people. And this time, she's not just clapping back. She's setting boundaries, drawing lines, and calling out what she calls the side chick mentality that's been tearing apart families and friendships for too long.
This is crazy. Like, people are really offering you money to come on this show and lie. So at that point, I was like, forget it. It's a lie. Like, now I don't believe anything.
What started as a simple repost turned into a full-blown statement. And fans could feel it. This wasn't a random post. This was a message. It was aimed straight at every woman who ever tried to play innocent while creeping around another woman's marriage. And Tisha wasn't holding back anymore. But before we get into the shade, the therapy, and the rumored confrontation that might just blow up next season, let's rewind for a second. Because to understand why Tisha is speaking now, we've got to go back to how all of this started. From the beginning of Love and Marriage, Huntsville, Tisha Scott was introduced as the devoted wife, mother, and businesswoman trying to balance it all.
You go, talking about business. Like, can we not appreciate this moment right here?
I'm sorry, it's a business trip.
She built her identity around family, around loyalty. She and her husband Marsau were the couple that seemed solid. They had their ups and downs, sure, but they stood together. At least, that's how it looked. Then came the whispers. Then came Martel and Melody's drama, the cheating scandal that rocked the whole cast and split Huntsville right down the middle. And somewhere in that storm, Tisha and Marsau's marriage got pulled into the crossfire. It started small. A few shady comments online. A few jokes from Martel about not being the only one stepping out.
The part of the harassing communications was you sending the picture.
No,
Right.
no, it wasn't.
Okay, that's the question I gotta ask. The question is, how do you feel about that? That makes me lose respect for Marcus.
If it was true.
If it was true, yeah. I didn't say it was true. I assumed it was true.
You assumed it was?
Now that he's saying that it's not true, how do you feel about it?
I don't know if I can believe Martel.
Then came interviews, DMs, and anonymous women hinting that Marsau wasn't as innocent as he looked. At first, Tisha brushed it off. She said it herself, my marriage is my business. But over time, it got harder to ignore. Because every time she posted a family picture, somebody would drop a snake emoji in the comments. Every time she shared a clip from the show, there was someone asking, but what about the side chick? That kind of noise takes a toll. It seeps into your peace. It makes you question the people around you, even when you don't want to.
I hope that this doesn't make Tisha annoyed with me because I know she wanted some alone time.
And for Tisha, it wasn't just about the rumors. It was about the disrespect, the constant attacks from women who seemed to celebrate chaos instead of healing. Then there was Arian Curry, Martel Holt's longtime mistress, and the name that refuses to disappear from Huntsville conversations. Every time her name came up, it seemed to drag Melody, Martel, and the rest of the cast into another round of drama. And even though Tisha wasn't directly involved, she couldn't escape it. Because every time Arian went live or posted a cryptic message, fans swore she was talking about the Scotts too. People started connecting dots that may or may not even exist. But the damage was already done. Tisha tried to stay classy. She tried to protect her marriage while staying loyal to her friends. But loyalty can start to feel heavy when people keep testing your peace. And by the time filming wrapped for the latest season, Tisha had reached her breaking point. So, when she reposted that viral clip about side chicks, it wasn't random. It was personal. The clip came from a podcast where the host said something that hit deep. I can never be friends with a side chick. Not in real life, not online, not ever. It was raw, direct, and unapologetic. And when Tisha hit repost, she didn't need to say a word. Because everyone already knew who that message was for. Fans flooded her comments. Some said, finally, Tisha's done being nice. Others said, she's talking about Arian. And honestly, she probably was. Because let's be real, Tisha's been dealing with side chick energy in every direction. From rumors that tried to break her marriage, to women online defending cheating behavior, to castmates indirectly stirring the pot. And now? She's over it. In that same repost, the speaker said, "If you help destroy someone's home, don't act like you're innocent. You're part of the problem." Tisha didn't edit a thing. She didn't write a caption. She just let that message sit there loud, clear, and unbothered. That's the thing about Tisha. She doesn't yell when she's angry. She moves differently. Her silence has power, and when she finally speaks, it echoes. But this post wasn't just shade, it was a warning shot. Because according to insiders, there's more happening behind the scenes than anyone expected. Filming for Love and Marriage, Huntsville may have wrapped, but producers are already whispering about a mid-season shakeup. And the rumor? Arian Curry might be stepping into the spotlight. Yes, Martel's ex. The same woman at the center of the affair that changed everything. She's reportedly been talking about setting the record straight, and word is, producers might finally give her a chance to do it on camera. If that happens, it could send shockwaves through the whole cast, especially Tisha and Marsau. Because remember, it was Martel who originally threw out those cheating accusations against Marsau. He claimed Marsau had been doing the same thing he did, just better at hiding it. And if Arian's stepping in, you already know she's not coming quietly. She's got opinions, she's got history, and she's got receipts, at least that's what she says. Now imagine that. Tisha, who just took a public stand against side chicks, having to film with the one woman everyone calls the face of Huntsville's side chick drama. That's not just tension. That's TNT waiting for a spark. But here's what nobody expected: Tisha and Marsau have quietly been going to therapy. And for a couple that's always tried to appear solid, that's a big deal. Tisha opened up about it recently, saying that the constant rumors and online negativity were starting to affect their home life. She said, "When you hear the same lies over and over, sometimes they start to sound real even when you know the truth." That level of honesty hit fans hard. Because for years, Tisha's been called everything: naive, blind, too loyal. But maybe she was just trying to hold her family together in a world that loves to see it fall apart. The internet doesn't make that easy. Every interview, every screenshot, every old clip gets twisted into new storylines. And when people start connecting dots that don't exist, suddenly your whole marriage becomes a debate topic. So therapy wasn't about weakness. It was about survival. It was about communication, trust, and rebuilding peace when the cameras stop rolling. Marsau might not be everyone's favorite right now, but even he admitted the rumors have been heavy. He said something like, "Sometimes you spend more time defending your name than living your life." And that line stuck with people. Because in reality TV, perception is reality, and once the audience decides who you are, it's hard to change the narrative. But make no mistake, Tisha isn't just the victim in this story. She's stepping into her own power. Her repost wasn't just about calling out side chicks. It was about reclaiming control of her story. For years, she's been the quiet one while everyone else got loud: Melody, Martel, even Arian. Now, it's Tisha's turn to speak, and she's speaking from experience. She's watched women celebrate being the other woman like it's a trend. She's seen the damage, the broken families, the online humiliation, the emotional scars that never fully heal. And she's saying enough is enough. She said in one of her live chats, "I'm not against women. I'm against disrespect. If you can't build your own, stop trying to break someone else's." That one line had fans clapping. Because it wasn't just shade, it was truth. You can feel the frustration in her words, the exhaustion of having your life constantly picked apart while strangers pretend to know your pain. Now here's where things get even deeper. Behind the scenes, There's talk that Tisha's been distancing herself from certain castmates who seem too friendly with Arian. It's not just about loyalty, it's about boundaries. She doesn't want that kind of energy around her anymore.